through the league. That's through the league.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, two, three, four, one, 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 two, three, one, two, three, four, 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 one, two, three, one, two, three, four, 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 one, two, three, four
Trying to warm up my hands.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,
What's going on?
3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Going on?
3,
Quarter notes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
At this point, it doesn't really make a
1,
difference.
2,
I'm
3,
just,
4, 1, 2,
you know,
3,
following the
4,
metronome.
1, 2, 3,
Whether they're quarter
1,
notes,
2,
eighth
3,
notes,
4,
16th
1,
notes,
2,
doesn't make a difference.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
1, 2.
Bro.
2.
I don't know, man. Like, I look at things as it's not a contest that who can do this, who can do the most this. I just play music. Like, I don't boil music or drums in particular down to a sport where you're trying to play the fastest, or like I just play. You know, I just play, man. You know, I think that's what ruins music. When you boil it down to, well, can you play so and so and so? It's like, can I play music? Not can I play the 64th note, which I can. I can play 64th notes. I can, but my point is, I don't. In the grand scheme of things, it's, can you play music? Because I've seen a lot of guys who can play ridiculously, but they don't, like, they're not making it, as a drummer, they're not making your head bob. You know? And there comes a time where, like, if you go to a show, it's about how you perform and how good your music is. Nobody's going to be sitting there with a drumometer. I think he missed that 30-second note. Like, no one cares. You know what I mean? Like, no one cares, bro. Don't boil it down to, you know, like a sport. It's art. It's not a sport. You know what I mean? Manny, what up, man? You know? I don't know who OFC is. And to be honest, I don't care who OFC is. Like, I don't boil music down to a sport. Music is an art. Like, that's just what it is. It's an art. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna say this. If for you it's about how fast you play and how you do this and how you do that, just stop playing music. you're missing the point. Stop playing music. You know. Yeah. You know. Um. If it's, the moment it starts becoming about, oh, he's playing this, it starts to become um how fast you could play, or how much, how ambidextrous you are, or like I'm gonna say this. I love metal. I stopped loving metal when it started becoming about who's playing the fastest. Because it stops becoming, especially for drummers, it's like, oh well, he's playing gravity blast beats, and he's playing at 180 BPMs or 200 BPMs. It's like, who cares? Like, the songs stop becoming musical once you learn. The faster the music gets, the less groove it has. And I've noticed that guys who focus on speed and technical ability don't know how to play anything else. They don't, they become one-sided, and that's not a slight. Well, it is a slight, because they're pigeonholed into only playing fast. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, it's what you do artistically. You pigeonhole yourself into one type of playing. You can only play fast. Like, you can't, like, for instance,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
slow it down even more.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
That's harder.
4.
That's incredibly harder than playing this.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
That's
4.
easy.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
That's
3,
easy.
4. 1, 2.
Play
3,
this.
4. 1.
Play at
2,
40 BPMs.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
You know,
3.
play at 40 BPMs. It's a lot harder. Yeah. Bro, thank you. You know, it takes away from you fluidity, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I like working on technical ability because I don't want to have to struggle to come up to actually express the ideas I have. But there comes if you always focus on speed, what suffers is your touch and your feel. I've seen guys who they only focus on speed and their touch is like one-sided, their playing is one-sided. Like, they sound horrible. I mean, just flat out, they sound horrible. You know what I mean? And And I'll say this: it's a rookie mistake. It's a rookie move. It's a rookie mistake. When all you do is focus on, like, you get your drummometer and you're focusing on speed. It becomes about, like, you become one-sided, man. That's like someone who only runs, like a baby who's only been taught to run, and so much so that they can balance when they're running, but tell them to walk slowly. They don't have the balance to walk slowly. Why? Because the muscles haven't been developed. You know what I mean? When you and to be honest, if you want to gain speed and power, you have to learn how to play slow and quiet. If you want this, if you want that, you got to play this. If you want all that, you got to play slow. And these are marching band sticks. I practice the marching band sticks. But if you want to learn how to play fast, you got to learn how to play slow. If you want, like, real speed and real power, learn how to play slow, man. Hold on. Old boy is on Rumble. There it is. You could start, and I'll say this, you'll hit a wall. Eventually, you'll hit a wall. If all you do is play fast, you're only going to get but so fast. That hurt. These are metal sticks, solid metal.
One, two.
Oh, I'm actually listening to this. I usually just do singles, doubles, inverted paradiddles, paradiddles, singles, doubles, inverted, paradiddles. Yeah. Yeah, it does. And it's a rookie mistake, man. I'm telling you, it's a rookie mistake, man. It's a young man's like I could tell. I could tell how old someone is when they say, "Well, can you play?" When they ask you questions like, "Can you play so and so and such and such?" You know, can you play at this speed? Can you play at that speed? Oh, I'm like, oh, you're young. Yeah. I could tell you're young. You know, um, you got to learn how to play slow first, slow with good technique. You know, and I'm saying all this because I felt for the same okey doke, you know, and I ended up getting a bad case of carpal tunnel, and then I realized it was kind of like they kind of coincided. I had moved. I was primarily doing a lot of metal and a lot of at first punk and then metal, and then I moved out here. And Atlanta is the belt buckle of the Bible Belt. So either you got to play R&B or, you know, like I was already playing jazz, but, you know, that's pretty easy. You can swing that. But that gospel bounce and that R&B bounce is different, you know. And it takes, there's a learning curve to it. And I moved down here and I was like, you know, unless you can play like pop songs, you know, R&B songs, you know, pop songs, or you could play gospel songs, you ain't eating. You know, you ain't gonna get no gigs. So I instantly learned. I was like, oh, my playing is one-sided because I'm used to playing fast. The only thing that I'm playing light is jazz, but jazz ain't R&B, and it ain't gospel, and it ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't got that funk. So it was like, you know, it was a serious, you know, it's like you come to town, you think, oh, I'm capable, and all of a sudden it's like, no, you're not. You can't hold a decent beat. Like, you sound horrible, you know? And it's easy to say, well, I'm not going to play that stuff. Well, that's fine until you get to a certain age where you're like, okay, you kind of outgrow that scene, and or you're something piques your curiosity, or you just get to a point where it's like I don't want to be the balding guy on the metal scene playing in a metal band. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the dude, you know, playing a young man's sport. Like, I don't want to be grandpa on the drums, like, and I'm like with a receding hairline. I don't want that. You know what I mean? So either it's you change or you sit on the side and wait for another young dude to take, you know what I mean? And he takes your gig, and it's like, well, okay, well, and then you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, well, he's a good drummer, but he doesn't fit the image. So management is like, get him out of there. And you just get a young guy who can play just as good as you and looks the part. Or you can actually learn other kinds of music and, one, like, build your skills and increase your vocabulary. And not only that, but you can go and you can join a band where it's like, if you're 35, 45, 50 years old, something like that, you kind of fit in. You know what I mean? But you don't want to be the old dude playing speed metal. Like, a lot of my friends, a lot of my drummer friends, they came up in the scene. Them dudes, you know, they're has-beens. They stopped playing, or they're like weekend warriors, because it's like nobody wants to hire them because they're fat and old and bald. You know what I mean? And it's not about how fast you play or how skilled you are. You're fat and old and bald. Nobody wants to play with a fat, like, you go, like, if you see, there's certain, what do you call this, that, like, say if you, Craigslist, you go on Craigslist under musician, you'll see drummer needed between 17 and 29. You're like 35, 40 with a receding hairline, they're gonna be like, bro, get out of here. It's not even about how good you are. It's about, they need somebody 17 to 29. That's it. You know what I mean? So why pigeonhole yourself? Like a lot of my friends, they just don't play anymore because they're gray, and or their hairlines are is receding. They got a cul-de-sac, and I'm bald. That's I'm balding. I have the 2 pitches right there, which is why I just shaved it bald. I ain't got time for it. I shaved the dreads off and kind of kept it pushing. But at least I could fit in with, I could put on a baseball cap, and if I'm doing a pop gig, I could do a pop gig. I shave my face because I have gray hair. I have a gray beard. So I don't want to date myself. I want to be marketable. I just put on a baseball cap. Half the guys you see in like pop gigs, they're wearing baseball hats. When you see them live, the dudes are wearing baseball hats anyway. Or I could do a jazz gig, or I could do an R&B gig, or I can do a gospel gig. Like, you know what I mean? But like, if you're only playing super fast metal, after a certain age, ain't nobody checking for you, bro. Hang it up. Go start doing HVAC or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's my rant for today. Alexander, what up? I don't know about the float method. The molar technique is limited. The reason why I say it's limited is because you're doing this. You're using your wrist. And just nature. Like, and I'm going to say this, like a lot of guys like, oh, you can't say that. Yeah, I can say that. Like, I can say that. No technique is perfect. That's why I can say that, because nothing is perfect. I think you should learn what all the techniques you should learn, but I think what you really need to do is strengthen your hands. This right here. It's like opening and closing your hand. That's it. If by sheer physics, it's easier to do this than this, or this is just more movement. You know what I mean? It's more movement. It's just more movement. This is easier. It's more control. And it lends itself to carpal tunnel. The reason why I say that is because for years, I used to use molar technique, and I got a really bad case of, I know not only got carpal tunnel, but my elbows, the connective tissue in my elbows was calcifying. So at the time I was working for a property management company, and I think my wife was pregnant with our 3rd, and like we had 2 small kids. My wife was pregnant. She's a stay-at-home wife, stay-at-home mom. And she's pregnant with our 3rd, and we were at the stage in our marriage that it's the baby making stage. So we went in our family. So you got to take a day job for the insurance. So I got a pretty decent job. The insurance was incredible. So they sent me to, well, my wife found it. She found a sports rehab place. And it was a high-end sports rehab place, but my insurance was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I went through, they said, you got to stop for 5 weeks. They said, with your elbows, we could shoot your elbows with cortisone, but cortisone actually depletes your body of calcium. So we would rather just rehab it. And part of that rehab was changing my technique. And one of the doctors was a martial artist. He was a mixed martial artist. And he said in training, a fast muscle is a relaxed muscle. So that's what we teach our students. He said, so they had me bring in a practice pad and a pair of sticks, and it's just examine my technique. And they were like, you got to loosen up, man. You're using too much wrist. Now, these guys, they're not drummers. The guy who was examining me, he's a martial artist. He was like a 150,000th degree black belt, whatever. I know he was a black belt in Kung Fu. I don't know how many degrees. It might have been 99,000 degrees. I don't know. But he was a certain amount of degree black belt. And he had me bring in a pad and a pair of sticks, and he examined my style. He was like, it looks like you're using too much wrist and elbow. And at the time, I was kind of like looking at the fastest drummer league, world's fastest drummer league. And, at the time, Mike Mangini was actually competing in it. All those guys are like this. And I was like, oh, they're using their fingers. So I just kept looking at it, and I kept looking at it. And then I saw a video of Thomas Pridgen. He was doing it was an outdoor venue, and he was doing a clinic. And in the clinic, he said, this is an exercise. He said, you got to strengthen your hands. He said, this is an exercise. And he went to the symbol, and he started doing like this. He said, take your thumb and your pointer finger and start doing like this. He said, and then take your middle finger, start doing the same thing. He said, and what that does is that develops your hands. So you're not doing this, you're doing this. And I just worked on it. Now, I do use my wrist for accents. And like I said, I do use molar technique because I'm doing, that's molar technique. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I do use molar technique. That's why I say you should use all techniques. You should learn every technique possible. But your main technique should be, finger technique. Now, it's really hard with these metal sticks. And a lot of people ask, do you use French grip? Do you use German grip? Do you use this grip? Do you use that grip? I think you should practice. You should learn all grips, because there's certain times when I'm doing this. There's certain times when I'm doing this. There's certain times when I'm doing this, like it's kind of neutral. You know what I mean? So your hands, as you move around the kit, your hands go from this, they go to this. Sometimes they're like this. Sometimes they're like this. Sometimes they're like this. Sometimes, so you should, if you only use one grip all over the kit, your ass, that's another way, a sure way to get carpal tunnel. And actually, Thomas Pridgen actually said that in the video. I forgot. Later on, somebody said, well, which grip should you do? German grip? He's like, learn all the grips. Because when you're going around the kit, your hands are moving like this. He said, learning one grip is a sure way to get carpal tunnel. And he's right, Yeah, this right here. Just then what happens is the middle knuckle of your middle finger creates the movement. You notice, you can't see it. My finger is moving and creating the movement. Now, you can use these two fingers. These two fingers are for stability. If you use these, now if you do this, my fingers are creating the movement, but see how far the stick is traveling? You want to limit that. You want to limit that. The closer you stay to the surface you're hitting, the easier it is to gain speed. And the easier it is to gain like some kind of control and have like dynamics in your playing. So you know, yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, so another good way to get your hands kind of really um what I like to do is I like to create exercises or use exercises that promote ambidexterity. Like, you know, so it's ones, threes, fives, 7, 9, back to 7, back to 5, back to threes, back to 1. It's a pyramid basically. You go up and down the pyramid. Another good exercise is this. You know, so anything that promotes ambidexterity, because you want to be able to do, you want to be able to, like, you want your hands even. You know what I mean? You want your hands to be able to, you want to be able to, you want ambidexterity in your playing. A good thing to do is there's a book called Stick Control. Like, I don't know if you guys have been in my chat long, but I just started playing double bass. I have videos now where, like I played years ago, but playing gospel and jazz and R&B, there's really no need for double bass. So I just kind of stopped. I stopped playing double bass in like the early 90s, and I just never played it again. But what I did was I started playing double bass again, and I have a book called Stick Control. I don't have a book. It's a book by a guy named George Stone. It's a cheap book. This is a classic. If you can't read music, it's got the sticking, you know. We are right, left, left, right, left, 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 right, left, left. That's an exercise. You know, all it is exercises. And it actually tells you in the book to practice them to a metronome quietly, because it gives you a full range of motion. But if you need exercise to help your double bass, just find something that's, you know, meant for your hands and just do them with your feet. You know, so I'm just like, or you know what I mean? So I don't have another set of double bass pedals here. I got one on this drum set, but you know, if it's good enough for your hands, it's good enough for your feet. You know? Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah, we're here, bro. Yeah. Dude, Like there's another guy, he does stick control to practice four-way independence. He'll do this. He'll go, you know, and do like paradiddles on his feet, or he'll do paradiddles with his right hand and his hi-hat, you know, or like he'll switch it. I was like, yo, like it's actually pretty dope. And there's guys already doing who have been doing it, and I actually thought about it. I saw years ago, I saw Marco Miniman do that. They asked him, like, hey man, how are you so good at like four-way independence? He was like, well, I would just take books, and I would do quarter notes with my, or eighth notes with my left and right hand, and I would practice them with my feet. He said, or I would do eighth notes with my right. He said he would do them with his right hand and his left foot, and the quarter, like eighth notes, and with his right leg and his left hand, he would do the exercise in the book. And they actually, like, he did it. Like, he had a kit like this, one of those practice pad kits, and he actually did it. And he was switching. Like, he was doing, you know, paradiddles with his right hand and his left foot, and quarter notes with his, you know what I mean, with the opposite limbs, and then he would switch, and he would do paradiddles with his left hand and his right foot, and like he would switch as the guy, as the dude was interviewing him, he was like this, and he just switched, and just switched to something else, and just switched to, I was like, what in the, it was, Marco Miniman is this dude is like ridiculous. It doesn't make sense, man. He's so good, it doesn't make sense, bro. He's the first guy I saw who was able to just switch, like, fluidly, which means, you know, he put like insane amounts of time, man. Yeah, cross independence. Yeah, cross independence. Like, he was the first guy I saw, and he switched from different exercises. It switched his, like, he switched, like, while he didn't stop, and he just was playing and just switched into something else, and he switched into something else, and he switched, and dude, it was insane. I was like, what? I was like, what kind of drum pills is he taking? Like, it was, you know, but he took a lot of, it was like a lot of, he put a lot of work in. That's, you know what I mean? Yeah, bro. It's a video where, like, they showed him doing it. They showed a little bit of it when he did the Modern Drummer Festival. This is an old video. He did the Modern Drummer Festival. He did a little bit of it there, but he did another video where he was like switching. It was like, I was like, he's the type of drummer where it's like, all right, man, maybe I should go into carpentry or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start having those thoughts like, oh, man. But he put a lot of time in. You know what I mean? Another guy, man. I can't remember his name. Thomas Lang. He's another one. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. His independence is like, you know what I mean? But I'll say this. Thomas Lang, his independence, it's kind of approachable. It's like, okay, I could see myself. Marco, his stuff is complex. Like, his stuff, it doesn't make sense, man. Like, I bought his book, bro, and the stuff he has in there, I learned like maybe a third of the stuff that he has in there, man. His stuff is just like crazy. Yeah, Thomas Lang. Thomas Lang is another one, bro. Like, I think Thomas Lang, I think the reason why, I'll say this, I think the reason why it seems approachable is because he just makes it look really, really disgustingly easy. He makes it. Um, you know, there are drummers like it's like, oh, I could do that, and then you try and you're like, oh, I can't do that. Thomas Lang is one of those type of guys. That's why I say it's kind of approachable, because he's doing like really complex stuff, but you're like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing. I see, but there's a difference between thinking you can do it and actually doing it. You know, he's a guy like that. Like another drummer who's like that, Ronald Bruner. He makes stuff deceptively simple, you know, but it ain't that simple, man. It's not. It's not that simple. It's never that simple. It's just and that's just a testament to how much time they put in. They put so much time in that they just make it look easy. So, you know. Mm-mm. Cause I could do this if I keep doing it. If I keep doing this until it's mindless, it's kind of like this. Uh, you know what I mean? It's just, but I just would sit and, you know, watch TV, watch YouTube videos. You know. All right, I gotta get something to eat. Yeah, I gotta get something to eat. 10 o'clock. I'll be back.